Hello everybody. In this video we are going to do the first API testing. It's here. We're going to test this website. There is the API test, what requested is writing there. So we're going to do get all product list. This is the endpoint API URL, and the requested method is get, and we have this response code must be 200, and the response JSON should be all product list. So in this lesson we are going to test one of the most important functionality in any shopping application or website, retrieving the product list from the back end through a REST API. So what does this mean? Every online store like Amazon must be able to load products, right? Yeah. If product list does not load, no shopping, no business. So this API endpoint is critical. What is the API under test? This one. It is the endpoint should respond with a 200 OCO status successful communication, a JSON response there, and all products in a list. So we are asking, hey server, give me all products. So what will we verify? Status code must be equal to 200, and why? Server processed request successfully. Then response is JSON. There, JSON. Why? Then data is valid and usable, and it contains products K, which is like Y. API then returned correct data field. Then product list is not empty, so real product data exists, and product fields like ID, name, price exist, so data format is correct. And why is this test important? Because if product list is broken, the entire e-commerce platform is broken, and this test helps us guarantee backend is working, data is accurate, API is reliable. So what we will do technically, we will let's open um, 1 second. Let's open um, notepad. Yeah, we can write on a notepad. So what will we do technically? We will write write we will write Python code to send get requests, validate status and plus JSON file, then return return data to data back to robot framework. Then robot verifies the result, pass or fail. Then reports generated automatically. So the flow robot Python API response validation, then report. Let's come back here. Let's come there. Goal of API test 1 is confirm that the server successfully returns the list of products. Then prove, let's actually write this. No, sorry, I'll write later. Then prove that the API works correctly and it is ready for real users. So let's highlight this. API test 1. Get all products. Objective is going to be validate that product list is returned successfully. Expected, what we expect. Status code 200, then response format JSON, then key is products, then result not empty, and if all these pass, API is healthy. Okay, let's now open our project. We need to create the project. New project. Let's say REST API robot framework. Here is the project right now. Yeah. Okay. We need to create two directory. Let's say one is libs for library, the Python. Then let's say tests. Yeah, there we're going to, in the test folder, we're going to create our robot files, and there our Python file. Let's create a Python file, API Python file. Okay, first we need to import requests. Wait a second. Yeah, sorry. First we need to import something with the pip commands. Pip install requests. Actually, yep. Then pip pipe actually install robot framework. Then the last one, okay, now we are ready. Okay, then we need to define a class to group API related functions together. So how we do that? Class API. Actually, the file name should be same, so let's say this with. Then what we need to do, um, we need to write a base URL of the API, which we will be calling. So we need to write the like this, then the website. Okay, so base URL of the API we will be calling and used for all endpoints. Then we need to define a function that returns an HTTP response object. Then build the complete API URL dynamically using the base URL plus endpoint. So we have this base one. Then we want to call the products list, so which is there. We do not need to write every time different URL, so we just get this one and plus endpoint what we want to write. So for this one, uh, let's create def get all products, then self. Then we define it response. Yeah, sorry, we do not need this. This was a typo. Okay, then we need to send a get request to retrieve product data from the server. And get means we request data only. We do not modify anything on the server or delete or remove anything. We just want to get it from the server. So return dot requests dot get then URL. But I forgot to define the URL there. So we need to build the complete API URL dynamically to use the base URL plus endpoint. So what was that? Let's say URL equals then the endpoint what we want is products list. Let's say let's write comment line so you can understand it as well. Then we get down, send a get request to retrieve product data from the server. Then get means we request data only. We do not modify, delete, add anything. Okay, then what we did there is return the server's raw HTTP response to be validated later. Okay. Then we get the request. Okay. Then we need to validate that response code is 200. How we do that? We define a new one. Def then okay, what is this? Is main test validation function. This function and returns JSON. Um, let's say response equals self dots. And what this will do is let's say what we can say there will contain status code plus headers plus body. Then we need to validate that the status code is 200. Validate that the status code is 200. Success. And if it is not 200, the test must fail because the API did not respond successfully. Okay, how we write that? If response dot status code 200. We need to write raise assertion error. What this means, raise assertion error. Raise this means stops the test and prints a clear failure message. So assertion error means expected condition did not met, test fail. First, let's write it. Expected status 200 and got response dot code. Then body, let's say response dot text. Okay, what is this now? Let's write it. Validate that the status code is 200. Actually, yeah, sorry, we wrote it already. We have to write about the race. Race assertion error stops the test and prints a clear failure message. Then let's continue there. Assertion error means expected did not met. Test fail. Okay. Then what we need to do, we need to convert the response body into JSON formats. And if this fails, the server returns invalid data, which is not JSON. So how we do this? Let's try data equals JSON. Then expect value. Oh, sorry, this is small. Then, oh no, race. Okay, I will explain it soon. Invalid JSON body text. Yeah. Data equals response JSON. Then expect. Okay. Try to convert the response body into JSON format. We need to try to convert the response body into JSON format, and if this fails, the server returned invalid data, not JSON. Then the convert, let's say, what is this? The row response text into Python dictionary. Then raised when it raised when JSON decoding fails. Then what we can say there is fail if JSON is broken. Oh no. Some typos are there. Let's copy this. Okay. No. Okay. There's some typo which I can't really find. Okay, it's better now. Somehow there was something. Okay. Then, what is next? Check if the JSON, let's write it. Then, what we need to do. Okay, first we write the code. If products not in data, raise assertion error. What we want to say is products missing JSON data. Okay. Okay, let's explain what's going on there. We don't need this there. Okay, what we are doing, check if the JSON contains the required k products, then this is essential, because then we expect the product list to be inside this k. Yeah, this is essential because we expect the product list to be inside this k. Okay, let's say first data. I'll explain soon. Yeah, so what we do in there, access the first product, the first product in the products list to inspect its structure and confirm valid content. Let's write it this, the first product in the list to be inspect its structure and confirm valid content. Then the next is validate that the first product contains the required fields like ID, name, price. Then these keys must exist, otherwise the API data is incomplete and incorrect. How we do that is for k in ID, name, let's say price, yeah, that's enough. Then if k not in first, raise assertion error, then let's say missing k, missing k in first product first. Okay, then what we need to do, return, oh no, return data. Okay, let's explain this place. It needs to validate, let's write it, it's better for you. Validate that the first product contains required required let's say fields, item, more fields, ID, name, price. Then these keys must exist, otherwise how we can say the API data is incomplete and incorrect. Then here what we do is all, let's say all checks pass it. So if it's passed, then return the JSON data back to robots frame. Let's write it back. Robot work for verification. Okay, now let's go there. API 1 dot robot. This is our robot file. Wait a second. Okay, we have the settings section, then library. No, not 2 times. 1 time is enough here. Libs api.pa. Yeah. Then we have the test cases section. What it can be, the name API 1. The test case name gonna be API 1. Let's make this there. Get all products list. Then result. 1 second. Is this name nice? I'm just thinking about that. What it can also be API 1 get all product list. Well, I think it's fine, yeah. Then let's give it tags for this. Yeah. We give tags. What this means. Tags are labels for our test case. We can use its regression and API. Then regression means this test is part of the regression test suite, and API means that this test belongs to API tests. Yep. Let's first write the code, then I will explain all. How was it? Oh no, I'm I just confused. Okay, get why it's not finding it. Okay, I'll check it. Then should what's I'm checking if there is something wrong, but I don't think. Yeah, you see, we use this function there, and it is related to that one. So let's explain what is going on. This part, you know, the test case name. Then we have the tags I explained. Then we are calling the uh, Python function, and that we call a function as a robot framework keyword, which is get all products should return 200. And this keyword, as you know, sends a get request to products list, then validates that the status code is 200. You know these things. We store the return JSON into a robot variable, and if any validation fails inside Python, this step will fail the test immediately and show the assertion error. And we have this there, should not be empty. It is this is built in robot framework keyword, and it checks that the result is not empty. Why we do this is because even if the static code is 200, we still want to be sure that API actually returned data, so we confirm the response object exists, and then the data structure is not empty. So if this result is none or empty, this keyword will fail and mark the test as failed. So let's run this. Robot tests. We have the pass. It's passed. Okay, let's check. We have the log. We have our test. Okay, we get the response code 200, the product's ID, name, the name is blue, price is this, blue top, okay, polo, blah blah blah, we have many there. Then we have this not should verify that's the given item is not empty, length is 2. So yeah, it's definitely passed. This was the get request. Thank you for watching. See you in the next API test.